If you took the time to make something, especially if it's from scratch, go ahead and put your name on it, okay? Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make your own sewing labels because the brand is you. You are the designer, the label, and the moment. I personally watched a ton of tutorials online and tested this out, so hopefully you don't have to. And if you are new to my channel, hey, what's up? Welcome. I'm Jeannette, and I share the behind the scenes of being a content creator, share tips and resources for other creative entrepreneurs, as well as share my personal sewing and craft projects. So if you're into any of that, be sure to subscribe to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you all how to make your own sewing label using heat transfer paper. And I also have a treat for you all in the description box, as well as a template to potentially help you make this process somewhat simpler. After watching a bunch of tutorials online, I realized the only thing I wish I had was a template for the labels, because personally, the most tedious part of this process was getting all the text and the logo to all align and fit onto one sheet of paper. It was like the design process, the technical stuff. So yeah, I went ahead and made a template and I'm going to be sharing it with y'all. I will say this is my first time putting out a free digital download for other crafters and people to use. So if you do use this template, make sure you come back and let me know if this worked for you or if anything needs to be updated, altered, or adjusted. Yeah, I did try to do my due diligence and do a template test. Another reason why you should possibly be subscribed to my channel is because I'll occasionally share things in the community tab before I release a video about it. So I'm hoping to do more template and pattern tests and open calls for things that will be helpful for other content creators, crafters. So yeah. Pause this video, get subscribed, okay? I've checked my analytics and a lot of you all are watching, but you're not subscribed. So go ahead, pause this video, get subscribed, and let's get into how to actually make your own personal sewing labels using heat transfer paper. Let's get into it. So here are some of the tools you're going to want to use to get started with this project. Heat transfer paper. I decided to use this particular brand because it had a lot of reviews and there were a lot of other crafters who had experience using this paper. I also decided to use this particular brand of heat transfer paper because you don't need to mirror the text or images when you print onto this paper. You can simply print and apply. And there are instructions on the inside of this that will walk you through exactly how to use it, but I'm also going to do a demonstration here as well so that way you all can clearly see how to use it. They also mention on here that they do a custom design for free. I did not try that out, but I thought that was interesting for anybody who does purchase this. Maybe you could reach out to them and see if this is true, if they'll make a design for you. This is what the paper looks like on the front, and this is what it looks like on the back. There's also another different type of paper that comes inside the packaging. You'll know the difference because the texture of the paper feels a little bit different. The paper is going to be a different texture and it's also going to be a little bit waxy. This is the paper you want to hang on to because you're going to place this on top of your heat transfer paper as well as the material that you are ironing the transfer onto, and this will prevent the transfer paper from melting onto your iron. You can either use a rotary cutter or some other cutting tool to help you cut out your fabric as well as your sewing labels. So as I mentioned, I tested this out on my own pieces of paper before doing this. So one thing I recommend before you get started is to make sure that it's aligned on the page and everything. Print it out on a blank sheet of paper and make sure you have it aligned the way you like before you actually print it out on the heat transfer paper that you're going to be using. So this was my trial run of sheets that I started with. You're also going to want to grab whatever fabric or material you plan on using to print out your labels on. I've seen a lot of folks use white, and I personally don't plan on using any darker fabric to make labels, but for this particular video, I'm just going to test this out using white fabric. I've seen it work the best in other videos where people were using white, so that's what I'm going to be using for this tutorial as well. If you're using my sewing label template to design your labels, this is what it will look like once you open the file. The free download is a template inside of Canva. There are 3 pages. The first page has instructions on how to use this template. The second page is for making labels for your back tag. And the third page is for creating an inseam tag. For the inseam page, if you already have a logo uploaded into Canva, all you have to do is drag and drop your image into the frame. The frame for the bottom of the inseam tag is already mirrored for you. From here, all you have to do is adjust your text so it aligns inside of all the boxes. I've personally found that this template works best with text or any text-based logo. I don't recommend you use this template for uploading any intricate graphics or images. It may require you to do some major adjusting. Once you have filled the page, you can download this file as a PDF or PNG file to print. I'm using PNG for this demonstration and selecting translucent background and downloading to my computer to print. Make sure you check your printer settings so you are printing on the side that does not have the heat transfer text. Once you have your labels printed out, prep the fabric you want to transfer the labels onto. Make sure the fabric does not have any wrinkles or lint on the fabric. Otherwise, you will see this within your label. The fabric is very smooth. Everything is ironed all out. I'm going to take this. And now I am going to find the edge of this paper. And gently take that and peel this off of the paper very gently. Place your labels how you want it to be displayed on the fabric. Make sure the steam is turned off on your iron for this step. Place the texture paper that came inside of the heat transfer packaging on top of the design, making sure the design is covered completely. This paper can get pretty hot and it also holds heat. So I put an extra layer of fabric on top of the textured paper. This is just a personal preference, but it's not required. Let it cool off a bit before moving on to the next step. So now that I am done ironing, I'm just going to lift up this paper. And as you can see, the labels have been ironed onto the fabric. This is how the labels turned out. And now I'm going to transfer this to my cutting mat and then cut along the line so that way I have some individual labels. Now from here, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can cut out your labels along the lines or however you like. And there you have it. You have your own custom sewing labels. Let me know if you give this a try. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.